Hey guys, JONBO here. Welcome to Garrison Stuff number 2, part 2, episode 2, one of them. So last week, about this time, I spoke about how I got here, and this week I'm going to be speaking about how I didn't get here. Nearly didn't get here, shall I rephrase it to. This one is very sensitive to me because it's very personal and it's very deep, and it's not something I talk about every day. This is about my depression. Not now, this is past time. And also suicide attempt. Yes, I mean, it's not something everybody shouts out about, but it is something that people go through, and you know, some people unfortunately are successful. And in my case, clearly not. But there's reasons for that. So, why am I talking about it? Well, with the way that conversation was last week about how I got here, as in where I am today, talking about how I nearly didn't get here seemed very suitable because, let's be honest, it follows the same suit. So what happened? Well, what triggered the depression was a breakdown depression because of a failed relationship, which is, and I can be honest with you, it was my fault. I accept that. I know what I did wrong now, and I was childish and immature, unfortunately. I don't really feel like going into it because at the end of the day that's personal, but basically I messed up. I was young. I was 20 years old, and I basically, messed up. And what happened? So I got depressed. When I say I got depressed, it was a case of I felt down, I felt worthless. I wandered around with no ambitions or goals or motivations, and I couldn't cope. I sat there, thinking about killing myself on a regular basis, thinking about how I can end my life. I'd walk down the street, I'd look at buses and think, you know what, jump in front, you'll never break in time. See a canal, I was like, well, if I jump in there, bash my head on the way down, I wouldn't feel it. Well, it wouldn't be a case of I wouldn't feel it, it'd be a case of I'd be unconscious, so I couldn't fight and people wouldn't see the splash. I planned it all out, literally did. Well, one day it came to a point where it went from that to I got a really low point and ended up in a field in the middle of nowhere near a forest with 3 boxes of tablets and a knife for good measure and a note. Now, I didn't realise it at the time. It's actually called a death note, and the idea is obviously it's your final note. Mine consisted of apologising to everybody that I've ever known, parents, friends, family, you name it, for being a complete letdown and a failure. Because that's what I felt I was at the time. Complete letdown to everybody. So I apologised profusely. It turns out that's what you would feel at that stage. Well, anyway, I popped all the pills, and sitting there while I'm waiting for it to kick in with the knife in my pocket, proceeded to write out my notes, and off in the distance I could see a little light. No, this was not a guardian angel coming over. That would be quite ironic. No, it wasn't. It was ironically, it was a helicopter, and for some reason there was a dog's home that was broken into, and the police helicopter was called out, and on flying to the location decided that a guy sat 3.5 miles away 5 minutes after the break-in was the guilty party. I don't know how they thought I could have travelled that distance in that time, but they did, saying that I matched the description. Bear in mind, I'm wearing pretty much a vest or tank top thing, whatever you call it, white. Was it white or was it black? I think it was black, actually. And a pair of jeans at 11 o'clock at night. And I matched the description. I'm not sure how that works, especially at that distance. But yeah, they spotted me. I was literally a dot on the heat signature, because obviously with the range and the trees and everything else. Well, they sent a van round. I got chased and grabbed, and that was kind of the end of the attempt, basically. It was stupid. Basically, there was no way or chance for me to I should never have been spotted, but I was spotted. I still today don't understand how I was spotted. But I was spotted, so maybe there's a reason for that. You know? And that's what I believe. There was a reason why I didn't go that day. And what can I say? I'm still here today. You know? I'm still alive today because of that. And yeah, so when you're in that state, you kind of feel low and everything is wrong and you can't do anything right. You know? But what you got to realise is there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a reason to be here. Now, I know it's easy enough to say it, and when you're in that situation, what do you know? And all the rest of the thoughts that go through your head. Well, I went through the exact same. So what do I know? Well, I didn't know why I was here. I didn't know what my purpose was. I really didn't. And I was here for a reason. Now, before anybody starts going there, I'm not religious. I don't pray to God. I don't do any of that sort of stuff. But I do like to believe that there is a purpose for everything, you know? Well, there is in a reason, in a sense. There's a purpose for everything. Now, I didn't go, so there is a reason why I didn't go. What the reason was, to this day, still don't know what that reason was. But I'm still here. And I'm glad of it too, because if I had gone, then I wouldn't have my son at the moment. And he is absolutely amazing. He's well, I'm very proud, put it that way. There are 3 other reasons that I'm here, but that's something I'm not going to touch on. Basically, you don't know what your future holds. When you're in that state, you can't do right. But what you've got to realise is there is something that can happen in your future which can make a difference. Now, it may not make a difference to you, but you can make a difference to somebody else. I made a video a long time ago. I think it's called What's Your Problem? And basically I gave a little situation of my son's goldfish. But I do remember these videos, that I do, believe it or not. He died and I didn't know how to tell him. Should I replace it or should I tell him? The point is, I like to help people, you know. When I see friends that are down, I try and find out what's wrong or try and help in some way. If I see other people which I can do something for, I go out my way basically to help other people. It's something I love to do. It's actually got me in trouble in work a few times because I will go out of my way, you know, and I take longer doing things than others because I like to be thorough and make sure people are happy, or as happy as I can make it. So, what was it? Yeah, I like to help people, and that's what this is about, really. It's kind of me talking about something deep and personal to myself, but on the same breath, it's me giving people an idea, a thought. Because if you're going through a stage and you're thinking, do you know what, it's not worth it, or anything along those lines, well, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. It is worth it. There is a reason. There are a million people out there worse off. That's more than a million. There are so many more people worse off than me, in worse situations, and I'm not sitting there saying, do you know what, my situation was the worst. It wasn't. I I got depressed and I couldn't handle it. That's it. What the situation is compared is irrelevant at this point, because in my world was ending and I didn't know how to handle it. And it happens for everybody else. Whatever your situation is, you will sit there and think, I can't handle it. And that's where the depression kicks in. And then that's where suicide kicks in. But I'm just here to tell you that suicide is not going to fix it. Suicide is not the end. All you do is you step out of the picture. If you do suicide, you step out of the picture. Everybody else around you who is involved in that situation or has anything to do with that situation is still in that situation, plus now that they know you've gone. And it's not worth it in that sense, you know. It is kind of hard. That is a very upsetting thing. So the point of this, what is the point of this? The point of this is it's not worth it. There is a reason that we are here. If you want to get really funny, you can go to the point of even in your birth, before you were born, you fought to be here. It's true. If you think about it, when you were conceived, great, now you get to think about your mum and dad. When you were conceived, you were fighting against millions of your little counters, and you basically won. So if you can do that, what else can you do? You know? It's true. So, hold on. Because at the end of the day, there is something. There is something out there for you. You may not see it today. It may take 10 years. My God. It may even take 30, 40 years. But there'll be a moment when you realise what that reason is, or was. The reason may be in your face and you never even see it. But there is a reason. And it may not be something for you. It may be something for somebody else. Now, it's like me now. Talking about this, right? This could be my whole reason. Talking right now to you guys. Because for all I know, there could be somebody listening to this right now who's feeling really depressed, can't actually take it, and thinking, do you know what's the point? And they listen to this and they realise that it's hard as hell now, and you may want to end it, but if you just hold on a couple of years down the line, maybe even a month round the corner, something extraordinary can change your life, or you could change somebody else's life. And if I'm sat here talking to you and you're that person and you're feeling depressed and you're feeling like you could end it now and nobody would care, you're wrong, because I do care. And if I stop somebody by talking today about this right now, if I stop somebody from committing suicide, or brought them out of their depression, or made them, give them hope, then there's my reason. And that's genuinely true. That actually be my reason for being here. That is because I don't want anybody. I can't stop it. I can't control what will happen. But if I can help somebody, if I can get somebody away from that edge, then that's all I care about. That's what I want the most. You know, it makes a huge difference. Anyway, guys, It's a week till Christmas. I know things get tough and everything else. And I appreciate every single person who's ever watched one of my videos. And I appreciate every single person who's ever subscribed to me. I thank you all for your time and patience. Just bear in mind, there are people out there who suffer and have worse off. Just remember those people, and if you can help, then be it and do it. And if you're one of those people who hide behind a keyboard and like to abuse people and troll people, just think twice before you do it. Does it really make you that big a person to put somebody down, or would it make you a better person to be nice? To, rather than tear somebody a new one, just be nice to them. That is the bigger choice. That's what makes you a better person. But as the old saying goes, good guys come last, and that's always the case. Anyway, next week, same thing. No, not same thing. Garrison stuff again. It's not going to be on this note. This was just something which was personal. I wanted to get off my chest, and I wanted to put it across. And if it makes a difference to anybody, then that's all I care about. Next week we'll talk about something completely random, about the time that I nearly died, which wasn't my choice. I don't know. I've got 1,000,001 stories. I've had so many things happen in my life. I'm going to do this every week. Why the hell not? And my phone's just died. Fantastic. Well, it's about to die. If you want to leave me a comment, if you want to talk to me or message me, feel free. You can message me through YouTube. Opposed to leaving a comment down below, you can message me through YouTube, and I will talk and I will respond. I'll be there for anybody who needs it. This is not like a charity case. This is not a, this, that, and the other. It's just a case of, if you're down and you need somebody to talk to, I'm here to talk. Okay? Until next time.